Right. Hello, Jacob.
Hello, James.
Good to see you.
And to you.
Now, we have here a lovely S-Max, which I believe the specification is 2 litre, 190 horsepower.
That's correct.
Automatic transmission.
And that is how many gears?
Oh, crikey, more than 7.
8.
Correct, it's got 7. Also, plus 1, making 8. Okay, as we're talking about numbers, this is a 7-seater. Do you know what that means, Jacob? For those who know nothing about cars, it means you can get 7 people in it.
Wow.
It's really useful, isn't it? 7 people, 8 speeds, 7 people, 2 parsnips. Wonderful. So this car has had 2 owners from new. From the condition of it, you say they've both cared for it very well. I think the first owner of the car was Ford Motor Company.
It was indeed, yeah.
And then our colleague at Bicester sold it to a private individual who's recently part exchanged it. It really is a smashing car. This is a very, very nice white car. It's an ST line with wheels, 4 of them, which is very useful. And very nice anthracite metallic alloy wheels, which I believe were an extra even on this one. What else can you tell us, Jacob? Stuff that may be useful, not the drivel I've come up with.
Now, the car was registered in 2019, so 3 years old, just outside of manufacturer's warranty, but don't let that put you off. It will come with 12 months Ford warranty as standard.
And what does that mean, Jacob?
What does that mean? Good question, James. So if there were to be any issues with the car during that first 12 months of your ownership in terms of mechanical issues, let's say, any issues with the engine, for example, bring it back to us, and as long as it's within that warranty, the warranty terms and conditions, then it will be covered by Ford warranty and we can get the parts replaced. But that isn't going to happen.
So if I wore my tyres out, could I come back and say, I'd like those replaced on my Ford warranty, please, Jacob?
Sadly not, James.
Are they what's known as wear and tear?
They are indeed,
okay,
yes.
so I'm going to use those by driving the car normally, I suppose.
Absolutely.
That's
yeah.
like brakes and things, isn't it?
And clutches and things
Well,
like that.
we're digressing a bit here, talking about the warranty,
Indeed.
but it's
so
interesting
back
stuff.
onto the car. So full LED headlights, panoramic roof. With this being an ex-Ford Direct car, what does Ford Direct mean, James?
Well, Ford Direct is basically Ford's used car arm. So any company cars which Ford have had, be it management cars or demonstrators, we can then buy on Ford Direct. At the moment, there are a precious few there. So I looked the other day, there were 4 Ford Focuses because obviously after the pandemic and so on, they're not registering as many cars. But it does mean that the car has been cared for very well from brand new. As a manager at Ford Credit, could have been Ford Credit, had the car maybe as their car. It was well looked after. It won't have been an ex-daily rental car as some of the used cars you see on the market are.
And it also means, because it's an ex-management car, they usually load it with every single extra
wonderful specification, actually. Yeah.
Hence the panoramic roof, the LED headlights, as James said, the 19-inch
lovely
rock metallic
19-inch alloy
alloys.
wheels.
And obviously all the goodies inside, like the blind spot information system, rear camera, front and rear parking sensors, and the list goes on and on and on.
Shall we have a look at these extras on the car, Jacob, and show the public what they actually do?
Absolutely. Come on, Dan. So in the cabin of the car, loads of different features available. First things that come to my eyes, heated passenger and driver's seats. You've got high, medium and low levels for those. Dual zone climate control, digital radio, Sync 3 navigation system, which is Ford's satellite navigation. Put in a postcode.
What does Sync 3 mean then?
Sync 3, that is just Ford's infotainment branding, if you like.
Oh, okay.
So don't let that put you off again. It is just simply satellite navigation that's built into the car, so you don't have to have something on your dashboard or hanging off your windscreen. It's all neat inside you in the dash. Active Park Assist. Now, James, sitting in the back, what does Active Park Assist do?
Active Park Assist is absolutely amazing, especially as this is an automatic car. It'll park the car for you. You can tell the car whether you want to park parallel or perpendicular. You select reverse and just follow the instructions on the screen. The car does the steering and you do the gas and the brake. On some automatics, it does that for you as well. I'm glad you've started to speak about some specification, because I've noticed back here, I've got aircraft-style picnic trays on the seat, which are really great. There's loads of leg room here. I mean, Jacob's 6 foot, I'm 6'1". There's still space. We've got sun blinds in the window, which are really lovely. Keep the temperature down. Also, I've noticed I've got my own air conditioning vents here, and as well as a 12-volt plug. Would you believe it? I've got a 3-pin 230 volt, 150 watt socket back here, which is really great. The one thing I should have bought with me was a kettle, because I fancy a cup of tea at the minute. I could plug it in here and get a brew on the go. I mean, how good's that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Imagine Devon, Cornwall, along the coastline, beautiful
Just
sun
wonderful.
shining through the windscreen. Not the windscreen as well, I suppose,
But you
but
can
also
see
the
the sun
roof.
through the windscreen. That's why it's made of glass.
Indeed.
If it gets too hot in here, can I shut a blind across here or something?
You can indeed. So if I put the
Wow.
ignition on, just by the push of that button
Oh,
there.
that's cool. Yeah. And as if by magic, it is suddenly night time. Wonderful. That's really good, isn't it? Because it was getting quite warm back here.
Sorry, James. There we go. Just like that.
So how much does all this cost me, Jacob?
Only £29,995. Is that correct, James?
I think that's the price on this one, which is really good value, isn't it?
Indeed.
It's about, well, it's in excess of £10,000 less than a brand new one.
For sure.
If you could get a brand new one.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've got finance terms available on that, so we don't expect you to come in with a cheque for that sort of money. In fact, most people don't come in with cheques, they back some money to us, which would be nice. You could do that, but, you know, why not look at our funding options as well and see what we can come up with on that?
Absolutely, yeah. But before we finish, James, let's just go and have a look at the boot and see the space in the back.
Very good idea. And
there's room
for 7 people.
Now, James, people are going to look at us a bit weird right now, especially the people walking past.
Weirder than normal?
Yeah, just a little bit. Because why are we holding parsnips?
Just to illustrate, there's loads of room for your groceries.
Right, okay,
Even
yeah, good
with
point.
7 people in, you've still got room for, you know, a weekly shopping there, let's be honest.
4 there.
You know, and but it doesn't scratch the surface, does it?